Hello and welcome again. So I've got another recipe for you today, and we're going to be making some tomato stew. So we're making tomato stew today, and to start, these are my ingredients. So I've got red bell pepper here. This is red bell pepper. I've got some tomatoes. This is some tomatoes. I've got some onions. I've got ginger, and I've got some sunflower oil. I've got some fish sauce because we're going to be cooking the tomato stew with fish. So I've got some fish sauce and some fish spice. Sorry, this is fish spice. So I've got some fish spice here. I've got salt to taste, and this is my regular go-to chicken stock cubes. So they are crushed chicken stock cubes. So yes, let's start right away. So I'll be blending the tomatoes, the red bell pepper, onions, and ginger. I'll be blending it in the blender. Based on how much you can tolerate spice or hotness of pepper, I intentionally took out Scotch bonnet. So ideally you should have Scotch bonnet in any Nigerian tomato stew, but I intentionally took it out because I'm cooking for some group of people that they don't want any hotness at all. So if you're doing it at home and you can tolerate pepper, so you use tomato, red bell pepper, Scotch bonnet, 1 or 2 Scotch bonnet based on how much you can tolerate it, onions and ginger. So I'm going to blend all this together and I'll be right back. So yes, this is the blended sauce. So I've blended everything together: the tomato, the red bell pepper, the ginger, and the onion. So everything is blended together. Remember, I told you you can add Scotch bonnet based on how much you can tolerate the hotness. Okay, so yeah, so this is it, and I've got my pot on fire already. So I put my pot containing hot oil. So I've got this oil on fire already, so it's on the stove. There's oil in the pot already on the stove. So I'm going to pour in my pepper, my blended pepper now, and so that's me pouring it in. So we give that time to cook for about, we give it time to cook very well, and yeah. All right, so our tomato stew has been cooking for the past 15 minutes. Yes, so that's it, it's been cooking, and yeah, I'm just gonna stir it up a bit. Yeah. All right, so I think now, because the oil is starting to come up, that shows it's well cooked. So let's put in our spices. So I'm going to remember my spice. So I'm going to put this is my chicken stock cubes that I crushed. So I'm going to put a bit of that in there. I put the spice because, you know, because it contains salt, so I put that in before putting the salt. I'm going to taste for some salt now. Taste it to see. And yes, so it needs that's the spice is okay. So I just put a pinch of salt, just a little bit of salt in there, and that's perfect. So that's enough for me. So you put salt based on your taste, and that's enough for me. So now we've added that. Remember, I said I'm cooking this with fish. So this is my roasted fish. roasted egg fish. It was roasted in the oven, so I'm just going to drop it one at a time into the pot of stew. So that's everything in there, and so I'll say at this point, do be careful how you use your spoon to mix everything together. You have to be extremely careful so you don't break the fishes and the pieces of fish inside. And yeah, so yeah, that is our fish stew. So I'll just give it a few more minutes. It's already cooked, so I'm just allowing the fish to, to have a bit of a marriage with the soup, just a bit, with the stew just a bit more. And yeah, I'll cover this for about 2 minutes, and that's it. So that's cover it just for a few minutes, and yeah, our fish tomato stew is ready. Thank you for watching. Bye.